Hi, Storytime friends. Welcome to another week here at Lee County Libraries with me, your librarian, Miss Corrie. This week, we are going to do sun, sand, and stories, story time. Yes, last week we soaked up the sun, and this time we're going to the beach. Like all of our story times here at Lee County Libraries, we focus on those 5 pre-literacy skills from every child ready to read at your library. They include reading, writing, talking, singing, and playing. And we're going to do all 5 of those today. We're going to start with our hello song, and we're in a new month, so we're going to do a new song. We're going to wake up our hands with a clap, clap, clap. We're going to wake up our feet with a stomp, stomp, stomp. We're going to wake up our hips with a shake, shake, shake. And we're going to wake up our eyes with a peekaboo. Are you ready, friends? Here we go. I wake up my hands with a clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. I wake up my hands with a clap, clap, clap. And then I wave hello. I wake up my feet with a stomp, stomp, stomp. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Stomp, stomp, stomp. I wake up my feet with a stomp, stomp, stomp. And then I wave hello. I wake up my hips with a shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. I wake up my hips with a shake, shake, shake. And then I wave hello. I wake up my eyes with a peekaboo. 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 I wake up my eyes with a peekaboo. And then I wave hello. Hello, everyone. We're going to come down to a sitting spot so we can say hello to our other friend, Henry. Henry, there you are. Are you soaking up that sun? Are you going to the beach? Yes, we are. All right, Henry the Hedgehog comes every week with our letter of the day. Henry's thinking of a letter. I wonder what it's going to be. He has clues to share with us. Are you ready to look closely? Here we go. Ooh, there's some tricky ones in here, Henry. We're going to start with an easier one. Here's our first one. Does anyone know what that punctuation mark is? Yeah, this is called a question mark. Question, question. Question mark is when we ask questions like when and where and how and why. What letter does question mark start with? It's a tricky one. Yes, it's the letter Q. Excellent, I heard it out there. All right, now to do Q in sign language, we're gonna take our fingers like we're showing just a little bit, and we're gonna turn it this way. There's Q. Yeah, awesome. All right, here's our next one. It's a word for saying shh. Please be quiet. Awesome. So we have question and quiet. And what letter does quiet start with? Yeah, it's our letter Q. Little bit and down Q. There we are. All right, our next one is a special blanket made and sewn together with these little patches all over. It's called a quilt. Yeah, so we have question, quiet, quilt, and quilt starts with the letter Q. And this is a very special type of bird. This is called a quail. A quail. So we have question, quiet, quilt, quail. Quail starts with Q. Henry, did you bring us the letter Q? You did. Awesome. There it is. Okay, here's our uppercase Q, and here's our lowercase Q, and we're going to practice drawing these. Can you guys wave bye to Henry? Bye, bud. Go have fun at the beach. All right, to do our uppercase Q, we're going to start at the top of our line. So when you're on your line writing paper at the very top, you're going to put a boop. You're going to come around into a big circle. This is the very bottom of the line. Excellent. And then we're going to come down and make a little line down at the bottom. So it looks like the letter O, but then a little line down here. Here we go. Ready? Boop. And shoop. Excellent. Now to do the lowercase Q, and I should put him where he belongs, he's going to go to that halfway mark. So this is that dotted line on your paper, and you're going to make a little circle, But then you're going to come down to this side and go straight down underneath the bottom line, and then give it a little loop back up. So here we go. Here is our big Q. I'm going to go to the belly where the little Q is, and we're going to go boop, and then straight down, and now backwards. Excellent job. All right, friends, keep practicing drawing those every day. Let's erase our boards. And I'm going to move these out of the way so we can use our flannel board later. Put those down here. Okay, and we're going to learn our special word for today. So our word for today, we're going to the beach, we're going to the ocean. So our special word for today is fish. Anytime we see the word fish, we're going to say the word in Spanish, which is pez. Pez. Pez means for a fish that's alive. Okay? If it's a fish that you're going to eat and it's cooked, it's called pescado. But we're not going to worry about this because we're in the ocean and they're all alive. So we're going to be pez. Pez. And in sign language, we just wiggle our hand back and forth like it's swimming. All right. So let's practice throughout our story time today. Our first song, though, is about seagulls. Seagulls are all over above the oceans. They're trying to find the little pez. Yes. So we're going to go, I see seagulls, I see seagulls at the beach. At the beach, soaring, spinning, diving, soaring, spinning, diving, at the beach, at the beach. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. I see seagulls, I see seagulls at the beach, at the beach. Soaring, spinning, diving, soaring, spinning, diving, at the beach, at the beach. Now, if you wanted to, you could clap at the beach or stomp at the beach. Let's do it with a clap. Here we go. Here we go. I see seagulls, I see seagulls at the beach, at the beach. Soaring, spinning, diving, soaring, spinning, diving, at the beach, at the beach. Excellent job. All right, you can keep practicing that after the story time. You could do stomping, you could do tapping on your belly, or hitting on your knees, or shaking around as you were doing the at the beach. I love it. All right. Oh, here we go. We've got a word with our special word today. So little pez. We're going to do little pez, little pez. Let me go to this side. Swim really slow. Move it slowly. Ooh, there we go. Little pez, dive down low. Do your fish low. Little pez, swim up high. Little pez, jump to the sky. Little pez, swim round and round. Little pez, jump up and down. Yes, excellent. All right, friends. Ooh, it's time for us to march. Here we go. Remember, when we do stop, we stop our feet. Here we go. Everyone can march, march, march. Everyone can march, march, march. Everyone can march, march, march. And now we make a stop. Excellent job. All right, we're going to jump. Here we go. Everyone can jump, jump, jump. Everyone can jump, jump, jump. Everyone can jump, jump, jump. And now we make a stop. Excellent. Okay, let's do sway. Everyone can sway, 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 sway. Everyone can sway, sway, sway. Everyone can sway, sway, sway. And now we make a stop. Oh, you guys are doing a phenomenal job. All right, let's stretch. You can stretch whatever body you want. All right, I'm going to do my neck, I think. Everyone can stretch, stretch, stretch. Everyone can stretch, stretch, stretch. Everyone can stretch, stretch, stretch. And now we make a stop. All right. And now we're going to come down to sit. Everyone can sit, sit, sit. Everyone can sit, sit, sit. Everyone can sit, sit, sit. And now we make a stop. Wonderful. All right, friends, let's get ourselves ready for our first story today. And to do that, we're going to do dancing our fingers. Here we go. Dance your fingers up. Dance your fingers down. Dance your fingers to the sides. Dance them all around. Dance them on your shoulders. Dance them on your head. Dance them on your knees and put them into bed. I had a little hiccup there. Excuse me. All right, our story today is called Lizzy and Lucille. It is written by Patricia Keeler. Lizzy and Lucille. I'm excited to find out what they do. It looks like they're at the beach. Yes, Lizzy and Lucille by Patricia Keeler. Look, Lucille, flip-flops. Lizzy sticks out one polka dot flip-flop, then the other. See, Dottie 1 and Dottie 2. Yay, flip-flops. Lizzy's on the go. Flip-flop, flip-flop across the rug. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Over the tiles, smack, 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 smack. Down the stairs, thwap, 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 thwap. Lizzy shouts to the beach, Lucille! Yay! Lizzy dashes across the boardwalk. Flip, flop, flip, flop, flip, flop. Flip, flop, flip, flop, trip, flop. Oops. Lizzy falls on top of Lucille. Yuck! Sticky gum on Dottie 1. Blech. Dottie 1 is stuck there on the boardwalk. Come on, Lucille, let's go. Lizzy drags Lucille over shells, purple shells, and sea glass, and starfish. Step thwack, step thwack, step thwack. And you know what Lucille's doing? All of those shells are poking her. Pop, pop, pop. Whoosh. That's a big wave. Crash. Oh no! My flip-flop! It fell right there. Lucille, wave goodbye to Dottie 2. There it is, sinking down in the water, floating out to the ocean. Lucille? What's wrong with Lucille? Lucille, why are you so skinny? Where's your puff? Scooch, 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 scooch. Lizzy pulls Lucille inside. She gives her a squeeze. Lizzy hears Lucille leaking. She pushes on Lucille with her cheek, knee, and fingers. Lizzy's eyes widen. Oh, I get it. She looks under the bed for her stickers. She sticks them over Lucille's holes. Stick, 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 stick. Lizzy takes a big breath and blows. And blows. and blows again. All better, Lucille? Let's go back to the ocean. Wait. She digs into her box. Yes, I got him. We both have flippers now. Let's go. Flap, 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 flap. And there they are in the ocean. Splash. The end. Oh, what a fun book about the ocean and the beach. I really like that. All right, friends, we're going to do a flannel rhyme, and this is called 5 Seashells. So I need you to help me count. All right, here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 5 seashells. Can you show me 5? There it is. So it's like 5 little seashells. They're lying on the shore. And swish! Make a big swish with your arms with the waves. And now there are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Show me 4. 4 little seashells, pretty as can be. And swish went the waves. And now there are 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 little seashells, all pearly new. And swish went the waves. And then there were 2. 1, 2. 2 little seashells lying in the sun. And swish went the waves. And now there's only 1. 1 little seashell lying all alone. Well, you know what? I'll pick it up and I'll take it home. Hi, seashell. Yay! Now there's no more left up there. No seashells. All right, friends. I'm excited for this one. Let's get up and we'll do some stretching. So this is called All the Pez. All right. So we're going to say, all the Pez are swimming in the water, swimming in the water, swimming in the water. All the Pez are swimming in the water. Bubble, 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 splash. Awesome. All right, let's be crabs now. We're going to be a crab like down here. So we're going to clack our little pinchers together. Here we go. All the crabs are clacking in the water, clacking in the water, clacking in the water. All the crabs are clacking in the water. Bubble, 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 splash. Awesome. Now let's be octopus. We're going to do some like wiggling in the water. Here we go. All the octopus are wiggling in the water, wiggling in the water, wiggling in the water. All the octopus are wiggling in the water. Bubble, 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 splash. Wonderful. All right, let's be sharks. We're going to chomp. Here we go. All the sharks are chomping in the water, chomping in the water, chomping in the water. All the sharks are chomping in the water. Bubble, 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 splash. Excellent job. I liked that. That was a fun song. Oh, goodness, it's time for us to be bananas. Here we go. Feet apart, hands at sides. We're going to go bananas unite. Peel bananas, peel, peel bananas. Peel bananas, peel, peel bananas. Chop bananas, chop, chop bananas. Chop bananas, chop, chop bananas. Mash bananas, mash, mash bananas. Mash bananas, mash, mash bananas. Eat bananas, eat, eat bananas. Eat bananas, eat, eat bananas. Good bananas! everyone. All right. Can you jump, jump, jump? Here we go. Jump, jump, jump. All right, now a hop on one foot. I'm going to try my right foot this time. Hop, hop, hop. Ah! I almost didn't make it. Can you clap, clap, clap? Clap. And now can you stomp, stomp, stomp? Can you nod your head yes? Can you shake your head no? No, no, no. And can you sit down really slow? Awesome. Let's get ourselves ready for our second story. We're going to do open, shut them. Here we go. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Lay them in your lap, lap, lap. Awesome. We have good listening ears, good looking eyes. And our second story for our story time today is called Out of the Ocean. It's written by Debra, Frasier. And I am very excited. This is a really cool book because it puts photographs in here, like real photographs of the ocean. So there's some, and there's a real photograph, but then there's shadows in there that they put on top. Out of the Ocean by Debra Frasier. Look at all those seashells. Yeah. All right. There's some pictures of the ocean. This is sky, the sand, and the ocean. My mother says you can ask the ocean to bring you something. If you look, she says, you might find it. Like the sun, she says. She asks for it every morning, and there it is, rising up out of the ocean. Is it true? I ask her. You can ask for anything? Keep watching, she answers, and the next day the sun rises up out of the water one more time, just like she wanted. Can you ask the ocean for something special? I ask my mother. Every day I ask for water, she says, and look, water is everywhere. Look how far the water stretches, how it sails above us in clouds bigger than cities. And out there, we can see water falling into the ocean all over again. I know you can ask the ocean for shells because every time we go to the beach looking, there they are, tumbling end over end, arriving empty, most times worn by the sand and the waves. There's so many of those shells. But can you ask the ocean for treasure? I asked my mother. Certainly, she said. Just be looking for it. So when we found it, we called treasure that broken glass that has rolled around on the ocean floor until it's smooth and glowing. Green and brown are easy to find, but blue, that's special. And red, the rarest of all. Yes, they can make you run all the way home just to show someone you found it. One day, a splintered board painted with a white stripe washed in, just what we wanted for the castle we were building. That board found us before we could even ask. At the ocean, things can surprise you like that. So there's a picture of the real board they found, and then an illustration of it, a drawing. Ooh, look at all this. Walking this beach, I have found pelican feathers, a wooden shoe, floating glass balls, skate egg pouches, plastic boats, abandoned rafts, 2 unbroken sea urchin shells, messages curled inside bottles, carved wooden floats. Coconuts, sea turtle skulls, a beam from a sunken ship, shark's teeth, and a giant pile of tangled rope. I've carried home all these things, and each one turned out to be just what I wanted. But my mother, she keeps asking for things that are too big to carry home. Sun, water, silver moonlight, the sound of waves, sea turtle tracks at dawn. Those things are always here, I tell her. You just have to look for them. She laughs and says that now I know her secret. It's not the asking, it is the remembering to look that's important. And sometimes, she says, the bigger the thing, the easier it is to forget to see it. I don't think I'll ever forget to see something as big as the sun or the water. But just to be sure, every day we help each other look. The end. And here they kept an ocean journal about what they found and when they found it, with all of the pictures of those actual things that they saw and did and found. There's even some pictures of flowers they found and the types of trees. What a wonderful book. So the next time you go to the ocean, don't forget to go and look at those things and try and find something special. All right, friends, we're almost at the end of our story time. We're going to zoom, 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 and then do our goodbye song. So here we go. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we'll get there really soon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! All right, let's go a little bit faster. Here we go. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we'll get there really soon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Excellent job. All right, well, we did our reading, we did writing, we did talking, we did singing, we did playing. We had a great time. I hope you go and find some treasures at the beach and look for seagulls and the pez and all of those other things. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get our story times first thing when they come out. All right, friends, it's time for goodbye. So we're going to clap and say goodbye. We're going to stomp and say goodbye. We're going to smile and say goodbye. And then we're going to wave and say goodbye. Here we go. We clap and say goodbye. We clap and say goodbye. With our friends at story time, we clap and say goodbye. We stomp and say goodbye. We stomp and say goodbye. With our friends at story time, we stomp and say goodbye. We smile and say goodbye. We smile and say goodbye. With our friends at story time, we smile and say goodbye. We wave and say goodbye. We wave and say goodbye. With our friends at story time, we wave and say goodbye. Goodbye, story time friends, until I see you again.